to our championship match at the new Capenna Championship. Ailey and Corey are here with the call.
Thank you very much, Maria. Yes, indeed, friends. I'm Ailey Loney alongside Corey Baumeister, and we are going to see Hisamichi Yoshigoe up against Simon Nielsen. It's going to be a mid-range slugfest. Naya versus Esper. Who is going to get it done? Who will Jan Merkel face in the championship match? Time will tell. 3 games, potentially 2, to decide it. Corey, who do you like in this matchup, my friend?
You know, the one thing I know that I like for sure, I think the decks are so close, but the one thing that I love in this matchup is the player cams. The player cams are going to be the MVP in this matchup. By far, you're going to get some dynamic facial expressions from both of them. As much as I've loved being in the booth with you, Ailey, I don't even think our job is needed here for this round. They're both so animated. That is enough of a show for me.
Yeah, the commentary just comes from the facial expressions as you'll see them react to each other's plays here. They've both been excellent, entertaining people for us to watch this weekend. So kudos to them for putting on a good show for us at home as well. As we get things kicked off here, I'll land a piece for both players. We have a Hive of the Eye Tyrant on the one side, and we've got some Selesnya action going on Hisamichi's side of things. Unfortunately, no 2-drop yet, but a powerful 3-drop into 4, into 5 with that Workshop War Chief ready to rock and roll. Hey,
yeah, absolutely.
One turn too late there, bud.
Yep, exactly what I was going to say. One turn too late, and wow, just Gala Greeters with wedding announcement, you know, realizing the synergies with those cards. You really don't see them together that much. You know, Jund is the green-red deck, you know, not paired with white, so this is really the only style deck where you see that interaction. Ends up working out pretty well, especially with the Zeke's Chariot to boot. You know, you end up getting both of those triggers. And I think this matchup is going to be slightly tough for Simon just because of, well, the card that everyone kind of quote-unquote forgot about. Zeke's Chariot still seems like a problem when all these Vanishing Verses from Simon are just doing double duty because, well, everything in Hisamichi's deck has to be Vanishing Verse. It's really tricky.
Super difficult indeed as Rafine's Scheming Seer hits the battlefield here. And another copy of the Gala Greeters to hand here for Hisamichi Yoshigoe. So let's go. It's cat card time. Let's make some tokens.
Exactly. Cadillac, you just gotta slam it here. It's such a strong play. We already saw one of the 4 Vanishing Verses cast from Simon. Wow, just all 4 in the main. Very powerful stuff here from Esper Midrange from Simon's deck list, but not another one in hand, and as it stands now, it's kind of going to run rampant because there's not that land number 4 untapped to be able to control Zeke's Chariot with the Wandering Emperor. So now it's just going to be on Hisamichi to see if he pulls the trigger and attacks with it, because right now it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does indeed. You know, not having that access to the 4th land, like you mentioned, there's 2 Wandering Emperors, but they're not going to be able to do anything this turn, so it's just the wedding announcement that Simon Nielsen's going to go to. And yeah, there's plenty of wedding festivities to go around, apparently, as both players will have that powerful enchantment rocking pretty soon.
Absolutely, and I think the green light is officially on to do some attacking with Chariot now, and we'll see if you want to go for the powerful 5-drop Workshop War Chief, or if you want to just get Gala Greeters into Wedding Announcement. Yeah, I think I like that. Just jam.
Oh, that's a big decision because Gala Greeters will trigger twice this turn. Well, yeah, it will trigger twice this turn with the 2 tokens being made, but it looks like it's going to be the chunky Rhino that gets to hit the board first. If that does die, there's another great target for the Zeke's Chariot to copy. But for now, we're just going to make some cats.
Yep, absolutely. A big crunch for 8, and now these Wandering Emperors are kind of overloaded. You kind of just want to just jam, play it now, get rid of Workshop War Chief. Has to be one of the best targets for Wandering Emperor to just clean up a creature, not allowing that 4/4 to come into play. You know, that is the one thing. Thragtusk, whenever it went away from the battlefield, it's just when it left, you know, you got that creature. Workshop War Chief, it has to be when it dies, not exiled. So you do not get that 4/4 if it gets exiled. That's the big reason that we're probably going to see that card taken out against any deck that has black and white mana.
Exile effects.
Exactly. Yep.
Yep. Orzhov do like to be exiling things. That's one of their favorite pastimes for sure.
Absolutely.
As the turn comes back now, we have a Luminarch Aspirant, as well as the Gala Greeters, plus the wedding announcement. So where to from here, Yoshigoe?
Yeah, absolutely. Tough stuff. I'm still just trying to process that last match as well. So, I'm trying to get back into the commentating mode because that match was insane. But from it really was. Wow. But for this turn, I mean, wow, just play Luminarch Aspirin, I guess, and start to crew. You have to pretty much assume that a Wandering Emperor is there almost assuredly. This mana's being left up. So it's the best way to play around that. And it's not easy with a 2-5 being a blocker as well, because normally one of the best ways to get around Wandering Emperor is to just go through it, but not the best plan when you have a 2-5 as a blocker.
So pre-combat, we're going to see the Gala Greeters hit the battlefield, potentially. Decision point here for Hisamichi, just deciding which powerful 2-drop he wants to dump on this battlefield.
I'm with you, Hisamichi. This is a tough one. There is no clear line, or even a somewhat clear line what to do here. This is a tricky turn to navigate.
Yep. It's a big thanks here. It's going to be the Luminarch Aspirants. We're going to get a counter on a creature. Let's see which one is the lucky recipient thereof.
Yep, that's got to signify that a wedding announcement is going to come down post-combat, and it might be the perfect turn for it with that Spell Pierce being in hand, but, Simon really wants to use all his mana efficiently here, so we're probably going to see the Wandering Emperor.
I wouldn't be surprised. A couple years ago when Ixalan was standard, you would be terrified of 2 white mana, along with another 2 left open, because Cell Wreckage was coming.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't even say the card name. I think all of us have just been blown up by that card at one point.
Oh, yes. Plenty of times. But this time we're on this Wandering Emperor. She still does a pretty good job of putting the fear of, the Wandering Emperor in you.
There you go, yeah. Yeah, and there's a lot of options that you can have at that 4-mana slot with this Esper deck. You can just have Vanishing Verse, Wandering Emperor, Inferno's Grasp, or Spell Pierce, all options in the main, and even an Aganjo, in the mana base.
Yeah. That's also another excellent combat trick, if you will. So the Workshop War Chief is dealt with, no 4/4 thanks to the exile. And second main phase, we'll see the wedding announcement come on down. And a little bluff here with the 1 red mana open, just in case. For the Voltage
and
Surge.
it's just such a tough spot there for that turn. When you have the 2-5 left back, if you don't attack into it, the Wandering Emperor just creates a token, and then you can, you have to play around it the next turn as well. Like, it's just such a tough spot with this Planeswalker being able to be flashed in. Such a cool design on the Wandering Emperor.
Yeah, the Planeswalker designs as of late have been really interesting, Some things that we haven't seen before with a permanent type, so keen to see what Wizards do next. But for now, this Planeswalker is going to put some counters on stuff, give it first strike, and Saren's going to join the fray here with a 2/3 Vampire. Flippity flop goes the wedding announcement, and now we got some chunky dudes on the board.
Yeah, and you just look at this Naya midrange deck, and you're just like, how on earth do you beat a card with 7 toughness? And the only thing I'm really thinking is the 1 Valorous stance and the 2 Skyclave apparitions. Outside of that, your attacks are horrible, and even if you find one of those answers for Rafine, your attacks are still not great. You have a 3/4 and a 2/2 that can gang up to block an Azeka's Chariot to take it down. Like, we saw Simon take down this match before and maybe didn't necessarily see a ton of that match, but it's starting to kind of make sense how it happened.
Yeah, this is a tricky spot. This flyer is huge. And the rest of the creatures, they're getting pretty big too, courtesy of that Wandering Emperor, so no real way to deal with these Planeswalkers. Sure, Simon's on 10 life, but, you kind of pad it with the presence of the Planeswalkers.
Are we going to see
you
this?
have to deal with that.
Are we going to see the Chariot? Oh, okay, smart play. Sorry to interrupt you there, but I thought we were about to see a disaster with Azeka's Chariot into that Spell Pierce.
No. I think we're just going to sit back and wait for the time being. He needs to find something a little bit more impactful than just dumping a couple extra cats down.
Yep, exactly. Not good enough in this scenario to go wide against a chock-full hand of Simon and 2 active Planeswalkers. That's the tough part, is like, you need to progress, but you also cannot attack right now. So what do? You just keep to hope drawing cards and drawing some gas off the top.
I mean, if I'm Simon, I'm like, cool, I'm the beatdown. I have flyers. You don't. Let's slap. You know, just swing him, turn the 2 flyers sideways, give him some counters from the Wandering Emperor, and just go.
Yeah, and Simon agrees. I think this is a nice aggressive attack. Being able to put some counters on a lifelinker, got to be feeling really good about this one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is slipping out of Hisamichi's hands so quickly now.
Yeah.
These flyers are enormous. This is 9 points of damage. That's what, a 2-turn clock after this attack, so gotta find something.
Just what do you do here? And so many great cards to discard for Simon. You got to think about, do you want to keep that Spell Pierce? Wow, discarding the Wandering Emperor. The one thing I do love about keeping the Spell Pierce is really heads-up play, playing around for Amiria's Call, which is in this Naya deck, which has been just incredible. You know, we saw it really be the nail in the coffin for Sigris in this last match when the clock was becoming a factor. That top deck was really what stopped Sigris from attacking in a game where it almost looked like he was going to be able to pull it off.
For sure. And, you know, like you mentioned, that Amira's Call, that is a way to survive here for Hisamichi. Legion Angel would be a good find. You know, getting a Valorous Stance to kill this Rafine. These are all the things that we need to find, but only drawing 1 card a turn, whereas you look at Simon Nielsen's side of things, Rafine is going to be able to draw as many cards as his little heart desires if we turn everything sideways next combat.
100% agree with you, Ailey. And another big dynamic of this matchup is Simon Nielsen has situational wrath effects in the form of Meat Hook Massacre. The Naya midrange deck does not have any way to do that. You just have to be most of the time the aggressor, and if you fall too far behind, there's no catching up with this deck if the life total is high, like we're seeing right now from Simon.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Sorin the Mirthless is such a cool planeswalker. He is my favorite planeswalker of all of them, so I'm happy to see him finding a home in this Esper midrange deck. And, you know, what he's doing is not irrelevant. Sure, he's no longer on the battlefield, but he's left 2 enormous flyers behind that can just get bigger with the help of the Wandering Emperor. So we're going to see an attack here. We're going to see a copy, perhaps. Oh, yeah, we're going to the Emperor. Oh,
so
man, this
brutal,
is such a rough spot for Hisamichi.
Exactly. Every attack that you make that doesn't clear the 3/4 vampire is actually losing you, life. That 3/4 is going to block. You're going to gain 3. And I think the main reason we're seeing this is just to draw a card off Wedding Announcement and hope to find something.
Yep. Maybe gain some life too. No, we're putting a counter on the Gala Greeters. And this is such an easy block with the 3/4 as well, It's just like, oh, cool, 3 more life. Thank you very much. And there's a Rafine's Tower obviously in hand, as well as the Vanishing Verse to deal with the cat car. So, yeah, Simon, I don't see a way he loses this.
I don't either. And yeah, Simon's just thinking, like, what is the kind of cards that, blow me out in this situation? And, honestly, with this block, there are some, that one Valorous stance being really the only way that would be a profitable exchange here.
Skyclave Apparition, Code Nab, A-Flyer?
Yeah.
But even still, it's just, I mean, Simon's going to see, like, there's nothing in hand. Now, sure, let's get some more cats down. Let's get Gala Greeters, other triggers going. But we're going to see the Vanishing Verse on the Wedding Announcement, so no flip for that, no card draw. And
didn't even play a Zika's Chariot. I suppose because the game is really just over. Yeah, maybe just ending it now, but nothing really that can be done.
All right, so if we swing with everything, that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Knives. That's more than enough for the Flyers.
6 with this Tenacious Underdog coming.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can get out there, too. Go for it, buddy. Whee! Have fun! Go, my little friends, go.
And there's really no punishment to this when you have so much lifelink that, there has to be so many chump blocks already. And this is just going to be GG here.
GG indeed. So Rafine putting counters on himself. Look at all these cards. Look at them. Okay, he wouldn't get the counters if the top of the deck was a bit nasty to him with these lands, but
there's
still,
12 in the air.
More than enough. Hey, 6-9. Nice.
Yeah, it looks like game number 1 here going to Simon. And these post-board games, are still going to be just as tricky. You get to, refine your deck a little bit from both players, and we're going to figure out which one has kind of the better tech to help it out. I'm looking at a lot of the sideboard cards from Hisamichi's, and a lot of them are like these Archons, like that's a really strong card for a lot of different matchups. Esper Midrange, there's no real clear cards. Tamiyo's Safekeeping, probably a slam dunk. Maybe Broken Wings to be able to break up Rafine and stuff. One more Skyclave is not so bad, but outside of that, nothing that really super excites me.
Yeah, it's tricky. This Naya midrange deck is basically just Naya good stuff, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, it's not really following the trend of any of the other meta decks that we've seen. So, marching to the beat of his own drum, I approve. He's certainly just run the tables with it this weekend. So, kudos to Hisamichi. But this is a tough matchup. Esper midrange is the big bad of the weekend. And for the most part, the other decks have kept it under control. But Naya midrange still has a little bit to prove, I think.
Yeah, this is really just the greatest story ever from Hisamichi. This is just the most telling sign that you watching right now maybe haven't played a lot of professional level tournaments. Well, you can just join any one of these qualifiers, and this could be you, for the next set championship. That's really motivating, especially, if I'm a younger player at the start of my career. That's exactly what motivated me to, get onto the pro scene. And, definitely Hisamichi being an inspiration to the next generation.
For sure. I even gave the arena qualifier playing a go yesterday between rounds. Unfortunately, didn't crack it, but, 6 wins was fine. At least I got my jimmies back. All right, Simon, we all know you're great at dancing. Stop showing off. You're making us look bad.
I was going to say, I wasn't talking specifically to you. I don't need you queuing. Then I don't have a partner, then... What am I going to do, I'm not going to queue.
I'll just commentate my matches while I play. I don't know.
Nice.
Anyway,
that's the ultimate double queue. The ultimate double queue. I love that little dance break that we had. Let's all have a dance break with Simon real quick. There we go. There we go.
We need to talk to the mods about getting Cat Jam enabled in this chat.
There you go. Awesome. Absolutely.
Yeah, or Party Parrot even. That would be amazing. I'm going to speak to the mods.
Okay.
Alrighty, let's go. It's game number 2. Simon Nielsen feeling good, as you can see from the top camera. And he is 1-0 right now against Hisamichi Yoshigoe, who's looking at not the greatest start here, if I'm honest.
Yeah, not the greatest. And Simon's hand actually lines up incredibly well. If Hisamichi draws a land, being able to go negate on the draw into Rafine or Wedding Announcement is so backbreaking. And that is a big if Hisamichi even draws a land. Otherwise, we might just be done here already.
Yeah, it's not a great start. He needs to rip a white source off the top of the library here to keep his hopes alive, because on the other side of things, it's not looking super hot.
Yeah, this matchup feels pretty rough for the Naya midrange. That was big, that was a huge draw, but it's actually not so terrible for Simon, because Simon kind of is just like, please play Wedding Announcement, please play Wedding Announcement, please play Wedding Announcement.
So thankfully, third land found, and he does have a second copy of Wedding Announcement, so this negate won't hurt too much. Still sucks, though, if you're in Hisamichi's seat. Turn passes back, Luminarch aspirants the draw, 4 lands in hand, or 4 lands available to Simon Nielsen, so his curve is going, it's going pretty well here.
Yeah, absolutely, and we think Hisamichi hasn't been playing professionally for a while, but look at that pro move. Went to second main phase, trying to sniff something out, and then played Wedding Announcement. That's a pro move.
Chat's doing their best to jam with various emotes. Much appreciated, friends. Simon can feel the vibes. They are vibing real hard right now. So Galagritas is the draw here. There is also Voltage Surge to kill something, but not exactly the target you're looking for. So shields down. Let's get the Wedding Announcement going. Let's start making some creatures and get this flipped ASAP.
Yep. And a big reaction there from Simon, noticing the missed land drop. That's always that sign that, like, okay, maybe the doors are open. And we know that is exactly that. This might be Simon Nielsen booking his ticket to a rematch against Jan.
Wouldn't he love that? Land number 4 drawn, but it is, unfortunately, a tap land.
Oh,
the tri-lands, they're great for
land.
fixing your mana, but not right now when you need to do stuff like, I don't know, a Wandering Emperor.
Yeah, Wandering Emperor would have been a much better play, but even Wandering Emperor, like, what do you do to this battlefield, Ailey? Like, it's not even that good to play. That just leads me to believe that this is just maybe not a very good matchup, not necessarily the one that Hisamichi was looking to play against, because just so far, everything has lined up pretty well for Esper midrange in this scenario.
It has at that, so... Okay, sure, Meathook Massacre, just more goodies for Simon Nielsen's artillery here, for his arsenal, so let's see where we go to. It might just be good old Rafine, the scheming Sia.
Yeah,
Gonna get
absolutely.
some counters on these guys, why not?
And here's the big turn. Like, do you play Rafine and attack with 3 creatures and get to draw 3 cards and discard 3, or play the Wandering Emperor that almost assuredly is going to be a blowout in combat with that +1 ability? Both options are insane for Simon right now.
Oh, man. These tokens from Wedding Announcement are getting in there. Ooh, hello. Okay, all right. Luminous Aspirant usually sits back and just puts counters on things, but she's getting in there too. So 3 cards, please, and thank you. Put the counters on that.
That would lead me to believe that Luminarch Aspirant would be targeted with Rafine, almost assuredly, to make blocks kind of rough. Then you're really incentivized to discard a lot of spells, which right now, that's all Simon's got. So not so bad.
I mean, this is fine. Sure, Wandering. You know your hand is... You know you're in a pretty good, comfortable position when you're discarding a Wandering Emperor. Yeah. Let's just say that.
And a Rafine. That was a big discard. But this is really just saying, and I don't think we've played a land with Simon. I could be wrong here, but being able to go land into negate with this battlefield, just, I mean, I don't know what can even be done right now. Impressive stuff. Simon can feel it.
Oof. Can you feel it? Boom, boom. I wonder if that's on his playlist.
It's going to be after this. Simon really wants to add... Simon wants to add 1 song to this playlist after that, and it's We Are the Champions here after this match. We'll see if we can get it done.
He has to beat Jan Merkel first, all right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's no slouch waiting for him in the wings. Okay, so Wandering Emperor, unfortunately, you are going to get got when you jump in and try and save Hisamichi Yoshigoe. But we're just going to go straight to Meathook Massacre. Sure, why not? Look at him. He is just loving life.
I would be too if I had this battlefield right now. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, Ailey. This looks insanely unwinnable or unlosable for Simon. Here we go.
Oh, goodness me. Here comes Rafine. Attack with 4. Let's look at more cards. Let's chuck the ones we don't need, and let's just keep slamming.
Keeps one of those negates.
Can he kill him?
Not quite yet. It looks like 7. But like we were saying, this Naya mid-range deck doesn't really have that comeback ability really built in within the deck. It's a deck that needs to stay ahead and try to keep catching up with haymakers. And there's the negate.
Yep, and the acknowledgement from Hisamichi. He's like, yeah, you have it, don't you? Sure did. All right. We need something plus the Wanderer, but that... Ooh, one more thing dies. That's bad news, because that Meathook Massacre will just kill him. Simon Nielsen is on the verge of making it to the championship match. The Wandering Emperor comes down and does its best this year, but it's not going to be enough. You see the applause from Hisamichi Yoshigoe. What a competitor. Simon Nielsen just has to swing, and he is in the championship match. Congratulations, Simon freaking Nielsen. Kudos to you, Hisamichi. What a guy. Look at him go.
Look at him go. That is the reaction of a man who just won a match very handily here to make it to that finals. Incredible stuff there, Simon.
Oh, man. I can't wait to see what he's going to do in the grand finals or in the championship match against Jan Merkel, who's been waiting a while.